Hi, everybody. It's Life and Vibe, otherwise known as Ray. And today we are going to be paying it forward as a community. If many of you may remember, back in the beginning of June this year, we had a fundraiser in this community in honor of Bev Bianco, who is Jay Bianco's wife. And many of you may be familiar with the Jay's Crushing It channel. And Bev sadly was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer, which she is doing like phenomenal with her progress. And she has been getting really good news about her results and just kind of moving forward with her treatment. And just everybody in the community just send so many thoughts and prayers to Bev and obviously Jay and their family. And so one of the things that we did was raised money for a charity that Bev herself selected. And so today we're going to show online us giving in honor. Now everything has come through from YouTube. And so we're going to be paying it forward as a community today. And we're going to be paying forward actually $700. And so I did want to show that the time that we did our actual streaming of the live stream and everything that was raised from that particular live stream is being donated. It was what has Tim been up to. So, pretty much anything that it's raised up until now, it was $547.70. And then we raised about $133 with the Buy Me a Coffee. And I'm just going to round it up to $700 because that would be $680 some. I swear it feels like Friday the 13th. I've had so much go wrong today, but I know it's not. It's Friday the 25th. But let's get over to this because I was trying to make a PayPal donation and record this earlier. So I'm just hoping that nothing went through before because it's just been one of those days. But yes, we as a community, it was $547.70 through our fundraiser on that particular live stream that night. And then through Buy Me a Coffee. And then other people had made donations directly to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. And you too, if you want to make a donation in honor of Bev Bianco, you could go ahead and go to their website. I'll leave the links to that particular organization down below in my description box. And so, as a registered nurse, I'm really excited. I've worked with a lot of patients myself with cancer. And so this meant a lot. And I was just so excited. We raised like over $1,000. So let's just get over here and get this done. Let me get this. So let's switch around. Let's see. We can make this big. And let me try this one more time. My goodness. It feels like I can't get anything right. So it's going to be $700. We're putting it in honor of Bev. Let's continue. It's going to be a one-time donation of $700. I'm actually going to be using PayPal to do this. And so let's get over to here. And obviously, I think it's going to give me a chance to make a dedication, I hope. Okay, so it's going to click over to here. They're getting my wallet. Okay. It's asking me to donate now. Oh gosh, I hope I haven't done this multiple times. Let me share this tab instead. Donate now, it's processing. Okay, so some of my personal details here. So I don't want to show too much of myself, but here it is. It's me, I'm Ms. Rachel Blair. It's obviously my email address is going to go in as the LifeInViBe. This is not my primary number. I really don't want to show all this, but there we go. And then donate now. And then are we going to update it? No, thanks. And we're processing the payment. So there we go. And thank you for your gift. So thank you, everybody, for doing that. I appreciate it. I'm going to make sure I blur all that before some of my personal details before I post this particular video. Thank you, everyone, for your gift. And so Jay and Bev should be getting an email. Had I known their home address, I would have obviously had a card sent to them. But they are going to obviously be receiving the confirmation for that. And hopefully you did see all that take place. So, all right, guys, we are going to be doing a reaction. So it's not all just that. So let's go over and share the screen with our good friend. Yes, it's Sarasota Tim, because he's asking for thoughts and prayers for a friend. Not dissimilar to what he obviously did for Bev. And obviously, we do want to make sure that we are, extending our thoughts and prayers to anybody who's in their community who obviously is experiencing any type of challenges, whether they are health or whether they are financial, whatever challenge that you're going through. Obviously, we actually are a really good and supportive community here. And part of the reason why we're all here is to make sure that we get out good information and do take care of one another. Okay, so let me just see how this looks up on screen. And, we're going to have to add, obviously, my things and from my attorneys, because I've been getting some really crazy stuff happening lately. I had another channel try to strike me. Oh my gosh. And then luckily they just left me alone. So that was good. It came in and came out. So that will be another upcoming video maybe. I can't, I'm just trying to do good work and take care of people as a registered nurse and make sure that people get really good information. And I wish I'd written a better message, Bev. I was just so kind of taken aback with how everything worked when I first was trying to do it. But I'm glad it worked this time. Okay. All right. So Tim has a friend who needs prayers, and I can ask for you, Tim, that Johnny Vegas needs prayers and his golf clubs back. So 1.25.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim coming at you with a little bit of a serious note right now. We mentioned in the video earlier about losing the Hulk, and then Ozzy Osbourne, and so many others have left the world before their time, way too young. And it's just ironic.
I heard Michael Jamal Warner also drowned. He drowned in a riptide on holiday? Is that what I'm understanding? There's been a lot of really crazy, that was unexpectedly. I mean, some other folks maybe, a little more understandable. But yeah, I don't think, I guess that Tim won't be running into Hulk Hogan. I hate to laugh in the gym anymore, because wasn't that the person he said he would run into?
That I just ran into somebody that I've been knowing him for a while, but he's never said anything, and he's still working. He's suffering with pancreatic cancer, and he's in stage 4.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. And unfortunately, here in the United States, in order to maintain treatments, well, I understand this person is, at a time where they're not wanting to have treatment. And I really don't blame somebody at a stage 4 on pancreatic. I'm so sorry, because that is a really hard one. And anybody who's had pancreatic cancer, known anybody with it, they will understand. It is a really hard cancer.
Had surgeries done. I was just studying a little bit online. I don't know much about that. But it wasn't very good diagnosis. He doesn't have good diagnosis. They're talking about a year or two. He's using what they call a patch rather than an IV chemo. And, he's...
That sounds much better. Probably a lot less, with it. Sounds less evasive than, say, it going through your veins, through chemo, because that's very much, and it can be very hard on the body. So I'm thinking that if he's on some type of patch, it may be using, especially at a stage 4 pancreatic, as more of a palliative type of chemo through a patch, or through a treatment through a patch. Patches that I'm aware of, unless they've had sort of progress, is usually people are on pain patches, fentanyl or Dilaudid or something to really help just manage pain and comfort. But that's interesting. It's been a while since I've worked in the field of cancer, so I can imagine that things have changed.
Lost weight. He's going to be 50 years old tomorrow. Looks really good, though, and very young for his age, actually. I would have guessed he'd be about 38 or 40. Seriously. And so... but he just loves working. He's not a couch potato. He doesn't want to sit around. He doesn't dwell on it. He's not demoralized about it. But, I mean, the reality is he's talking about, only a couple of years at the most that he still might be alive. And, you know, these treatments that he gets, even with the patch, and these surgeries on his stomach, it's the pancreas, you know, behind the stomach. It's very difficult, if not impossible, to heal or to fix, according to the internet. And it's often done with, you know, chemo and that kind of thing, radiation. But he doesn't want that. He doesn't want to do the IV thing.
There are a lot of famous people that have passed, sadly, of pancreatic cancer. Patrick Swayze. It was the Steve Jobs. It is one of the more difficult cancers, unfortunately, to treat, and that's very sad. I appreciate that, you know, Tim is requesting prayers, and obviously I understand that there is a power around prayer and positive thinking for people, especially around times when they do not feel good. I especially know, because I've worked with many patients, heart patients, cancer patients, stroke. So I can appreciate. And my one question is, though, that he has this, is he doing anything? He has a channel that he could raise money for this person or for a foundation. He has the ability with his channel size to do giving. And yet this is something that he's asking for somebody to have prayers. But on hindsight, looking at this video, you can actually find out that Tim has this video most likely monetized. And I don't get ads played on my channels. And even if he didn't select monetization, it would not mean that his work was not necessarily, like, you can not choose not to monetize something, but then YouTube could turn around and monetize it. But there is a way to kind of see if the creator themselves has selected a YouTube ad. And so what you kind of do is you get their actual sort of this particular address line here, and you kind of right click on it. And what you kind of want to do is to kind of look in for the history of this particular, you kind of want to give it a command. There was a way to do it. I think it's like shift command. Mentioned you. Here we go. Okay, so here we're going to share this tab instead. Okay, I did remember how to do it. And so what we're going to do is try to do a command find, and it's y2_ad. Okay, so right here we can see it says here that it's true. Kevlar system icons, true. Fluid, Kevlar logo. And then if we get into key, YouTube ad, value 1, that key C, value web, over C value. So what is that 1? The value 1 in his YouTube ad. Now that could be part of a fraction of a penny due to monetization. There could be a number of things that could signify that value 1. Value true would definitely mean that we would have our ads, which we do see that there is a true just above this right here. And so that would seem that obviously Tim has put this videos out, and obviously he's seeking monetization, but not necessarily, sharing that money ahead. I am going to say this video is monetized, and these monies that I raise for my channel go to support my rescue dogs. I have one that I just rescued who has really terrible tapeworms, and he is requiring a lot of care. So I do use obviously my money is from raising this to actually try to do work and taking out. I have 2 shelter dogs that came from my local adoption shelter. And Roscoe, my recent, was the one at the time, had been the longest serving, I hate to say serving, but the longest resident of that shelter, and had been there for quite some time. So anyway, I would like to, it'd be nice if Tim could take this monetization and turn it into maybe getting this guy something, coffee cold or something. Pay it forward, Tim.
Or any of that, you feel like crap. And he's still helping take care of your old grandmother, lives with his mother, He has children, and he's got everything in order, life insurance and things like that. He was telling me all about it, sharing with me everything. And it wasn't a somber.
Well, no, and I hope you felt terrible, Tim, because you've been talking about how you just have to be for yourself all the time, and you've got kids and grandkids and all sorts of stuff, but you would never even think to sacrifice that much for anybody. The person you care about at the end of the day, Tim, and I hate to say in my opinion, is you, Tim. And yeah, that is my fair use statement by my attorney right there.
Our conversation, he was being, honest and everything what it is, but his attitude is amazing. I mean, really, really is. And, ask him, I said, are you a Christian? He goes, oh, very much so. So send out a prayer to this gentleman. I won't give his name. It's not important, but I've known him for a while. I never knew this, and we were talking, and I just can't believe it. It's always so cheerful and helpful and everything when you meet him. And that just goes to show you that is anything, that important. Check this out. Three-wheeler Harleys, mom and pop.
Obviously, a three-wheeler Harley next to you, Tim, is just as important, you materialistic son of a gun.
They're both on three-wheelers. Look at this. And then there she is.
No, we don't.
Enjoying their life. He looks like Santa Claus with his get up on.
Tim, I had cardiac patients who traveled across, the United States on their Harleys who were suffering from terrible heart conditions. You just don't know anybody's situation. You just need to take that in consideration when you just spoke to somebody who's really going through something. And you talk about people who are enjoying your life. Tim, you're supposed to be having the best life ever, rolling around in your car all day, never paying it really properly forward.
I'm not kidding you. But yeah, nobody's promised tomorrow, folks. Cancer, heart disease, that's what Hulk died of. It's the number 1 and 2 killers in our country. Number 3 is going to the darn doctor.
Well, I haven't quite seen the autopsy results of Mr. Hogan's Terry. He had a different last name. His actual results of his autopsy, because obviously it happened at home unexpected. So I'm sure the family may potentially request an autopsy. Maybe they were anticipating it. I don't know if he did die of cardiac arrest or heart disease or what he passed of. But I do think he did use some performance-enhancing drugs, which could have potentially played a role in his cardiovascular health.
Misdiagnosis, medical errors.
Oh,
so
that's a lie.
Live your life large, crush your life, get on a healthy diet, do your exercise, do what you can do. Think positive. Don't be mean. Don't be spreading.
I don't think your diet's very healthy. You've got some issues, Tim, and this will be another video coming up. I've got it laid out and planned.
Gossip and trash. Don't be hurting people. Be kind, because you don't know. And then you'll be wishing somebody was kind to you. You'll be feeling sorry for yourself. So people just take life for granted, man. This guy's going to be 50 tomorrow, and he might not be here another couple of years. I mean, that's just, I'm sure all of you out there know somebody that passed away for whatever reason, much too young.
Yes, Tim. And somehow we still managed to move ahead. I lost my cousin at 34 years old to colon cancer. 34. Colon cancer.
Much too young. You wake up one day, I used to make videos about it. You feel something, you go to the doctor, he goes, you got it. And there's nothing we can do about it. And then you start to think, wow, I waste my time.
But that's not for every issue that you feel that you're having. There are lots of things that can be managed and corrected ahead of time, and literally corrected through procedures that can improve your overall sense of health before you obviously reach. Now obviously certain types of cancer diagnoses, we're dealing with a lot of other different types of issues there, and so but a lot of times I would say trying to get an answer from a licensed medical professional is better than not getting an answer, which is something this person is doing, is they're very much avoiding something. Like I said, we'll do that in another video. It's a whole nother topic.
I'm thinking this, doing that, this and that and the other. I should have been living my life. And so start now. And we all live forever, long lives. But pray for my friend. He has got the best attitude, folks. You wouldn't believe it. You'd love this guy. He's so cool. Pray for my friend.
And I'm going to end you there. And we will pray for your friend, Tim. And there's no reason not to pray for Tim's friend. I do think that it should bring things into perspective for you. You were very upset just to have to go and pick somebody up from the airport the other day. So I think that you should be far more grateful, Tim, yourself, of all the things that you have in your life, sir. And I think that some of the statistics that you had are still incorrect. And that would be nice if you would take the time to correct those. And I just think that you could do so much more to help your friend out and to help out other people who have cancer through really giving through your channel rather than just paying it forward through McDonald's, which maybe is not the best place to be paying stuff forward from in a health perspective, if you catch my drift, Tim. Anyway, guys, for all of you who took the time to watch the live that we raised money for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation, I really do appreciate all of your participation. For all who made donations that evening, who made donations through Buy Me a Coffee, who made donations directly to the organization, I can't thank you guys enough. I'm so glad that we were able to do this. I hope that in the future I could grow my channel. I just realized I got a fan going overhead that's probably left this interesting thing in the background. I've been a really everything has just been going so smoothly lately, just well planned and smooth. I am not redoing the filming of me making the donation because obviously I've already donated $700 out of my account that came from YouTube. So we're done. No more stuff. I already had enough interesting things with ATMs and all sorts of stuff this week. It's been a wild week, I tell you. All right, guys, if you did get this far in the video, I always do appreciate if you can like, comment, subscribe. It all helps out. And if you're on a TV and you see subscribe, I know it's odd because one's a way to join the community, which obviously costs money, and the other is like if you hit like the bell notification, that's subscribe, that's free. Okay, if you're doing it on the TV. And I know a lot of people watch on the television now, and we do appreciate it. If you do want to leave me a little pink breast cancer ribbon in the comment section down below, I really would appreciate that as an emoji, just to show support for those who are obviously facing their own journey and with this particular disease. And so I just really want to give my thoughts and prayers to all of you. And again, thank you all. All right, we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.